Football League on EA Sports. And up next is Xavier Howard. He's entering rarefied air with every interception, now up to 12 this season. It's the Dolphins and the Panthers on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers. Gone with my good friend Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at the Panthers in this matchup. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situation where you can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where you just want to play some old-fashioned power football. One of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want, when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time.
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Throwing to start here is Tua. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Tua going to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On first down, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Here's 2nd and 9. Tua setting up shop to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Penny up the middle. And he's got it down to the 28. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll run it again with Penny. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter. But here, it's happening early, a definite statement. They've held on to the ball for a healthy portion of this 1st quarter already. And now after that completion, they're set up 1st and goal.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds here. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They go back to the ground now with Penny. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Looking to pass. Tua. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And his kick is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jalen Phillips from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. And they get to him right out of the gate, and this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Back to throw. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Here's Hill on the return. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited. but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third. Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of them.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. The other day they told us we've got 3rd and 5 or less. We have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is it allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2nd and 11. Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think, a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
From the 10. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. Pressure comes in, he's brought down, it's a Panther sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Inside handoff, Penny. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 89 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So down inside the 5-yard line, I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Tua. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Brian Burns. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Tua. This is caught. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. They'll run with Penny, and he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Rashad Penny, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
The point after is good, and the lead is now 10-7. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. Plenty of good games to choose from in that early window. We'll highlight the one down in Tampa. A big test for the Bucs at home as they'll square off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle. We find the Seahawks taking on the LA Rams. And one final game to highlight. We wrap things up on Monday Night Football. And they've got a good one this week between the LA Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Miami. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here.
Finds his man on the out route. It's Chenault.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. To about the 40-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. Being chased out left.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Completing it here. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
To the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score, put some points on the board, and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua dumps that off to Penny, his running back.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He finds Aguilar over the middle.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Now it's Penny running right. Oh, nice move.
104 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard
line. Again, it's Penny. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a give here to Pollard. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It goes as a gain of 8 and moves the chains. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Tua going to throw. This complete left side to Aguilar. chance on third down tonight? Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Again, he'll drop to throw. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. They'll look to throw again. He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this is going to remain a 1-point game. Had a chance to give themselves there some important wiggle room, but it went awry.
Yeah, let's do the simple math here, and you know for me it has to be simple. Instead of this thing kind of giving them that wiggle room you talked about, now we're talking about possibly losing a ball game because they left the door open.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's Penny on the counter. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down. Stopped at the Panthers' 42. 114 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on 3rd down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to get the football there as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Well, the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
ran the perfect defense in this situation, would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Pollard again. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Panthers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Important extra point up and through. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So Tua and the Dolphins down 21-13, a minute 55 remaining. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. Here's Tua. He's got to complete to Waddle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Tagovailoa connecting with Aguilar. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Tua to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back to throw is Tua. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. To throw is Tua. The quick slant caught. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion. One final try for Tagovailoa. It's complete, and he is in for 2 points. And barring some hijinks on the kickoff, we're going to be headed to overtime. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, then maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Tua to throw again. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Yetur Gross-Matos
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play. Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
There's Trimble, the tight end. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw.
That caught by Trimble. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime's kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
They're starting to put together a nice drive. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Complete to Chenault.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Both offenses sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT, and now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
All right, Charles, so this offense, they need to mount something here. Time is dwindling. They can't get anything going on this drive. This one might end in a tie.
Yeah, that clock putting a little extra pressure on them, right? So now, as you look at the playbook, what are you breaking out? Is there something you haven't used before? Is there something you used earlier that you can go back to? Or can one of your guys just make one of those big-time plays that decides this game? Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Penny, a 1st down carry.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tua.
Gaskin with a completion.
Able to puts it on the carpet. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes it to Jones.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So we'll take a break with them and be right back. So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This to win it in overtime. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?